backs next season.
Likeliest outcome is they have to figure out some kind of mid-range veteran or one of the young guys on their roster, Drew Aller, Will Howard, because they're probably going to be too good to get a high draft pick. And they're going to need a quarterback because Aaron Rodgers has said this is going to be his last year. So I would expect their offseason quarterback-wise to look a lot like it's been looking, with the possible exception one of these young guys takes a step forward.
Heading south to Florida, what is the likeliest outcome for Baker Mayfield next season?
I still think he and the Buccaneers get something figured out. The marriage has been too good. Obviously, they couldn't come to agreement on an extension this offseason, but the Buccaneers have shown that if they want to keep you, they can and will. They have the ability to franchise him next offseason if it comes to that, which I'm not sure he would even mind, given what that tag is going to be. But I think the most likely outcome is they figure this out.
He has put up some big numbers for that team since arriving after that quick stint in L.A. And then finally, Philadelphia. What's at stake for Jalen Hurts' future this season?
I think a lot, considering he was Super Bowl MVP a year and a half ago. I go back to that story we had on ESPN.com back in April, which really delineated a lot of the internal concerns that the Eagles have had about Jalen Hurts and his role in their offensive struggles the last couple of years. So if you fast forward and he doesn't, what, Swagu? I mean, I'm just saying, like, the call's coming from inside the house.
I'm mad at you, Gross.
Why did I do?
I think he's over there.
Drop in.
Well, I've heard the banter this summer, and you know what pisses me off, man, is like, we kind of undermine the fact that this dude has never had a coordinator.
I get it.
Consecutive years. I'm saying
it's not fair.
Just know that it's not directed towards you.
I understand.
But my point is, a Super Bowl MVP went to a Super Bowl and probably would have been the MVP of that one if they would have won the game. And we having conversations about if he can be the quarterback for a franchise that has consistently won games. Like, you could be the Raiders.
But
like Philly, you could be the Raiders.
How did he get the job?
With Carson Wentz going down.
When they decided to move on from Carson Wentz.
Graz, I know that, but Carson Wentz did not win a Super Bowl and be an MVP, and he didn't go to another one.
The first year they won the Super Bowl, Carson Wentz was an MVP candidate and helped get them there,
Graz,
right?
And
they still move on a year and a half later.
I understand that, and I know this is Philly's MO. They will move on from you. I'm not talking about Philly. I'm talking about the conversation revolving around Jalen.
I'm with you. I'm just trying to forecast what might happen, not what should happen.
And to Swagu's
on the negative side again, I see.
But look, to Swagu's point, if we're the Philadelphia Eagles, look, we may like Tanner McKee, but if we're going to move on from Jalen Hurts, like, he has produced, as we said, back-to-back Super Bowls. It is a long time coming till you find another quarterback that can do that. So, again, when you're evaluating moving on from a player, the two questions you always have to ask is, who are we going to get and how much is that player going to cost? So, Jalen Hurts may not be perfect, but it's worked there. So, now, the fact they haven't done an extension recently.
Yeah, he's got some time left on his deal, but, it's also an outdated extension, the one he signed. The point I was going to make before Swagu got upset with me was
I'm not upset.
This is a player who has shown an ability to, like, hey, Jalen, here's what we want you to work on this offseason or this coming season, and he's been able to do it. Not every year, because they change coordinators every year. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But more often than not, when they've given him an assignment to work on something specific and get better, he has aced it. If that happens, we're not having this conversation.
Great defense at his disposal. Did lose his #1 overall wide receiver to New England. Another new offensive coordinator. What does it look like in Philly if we're having serious conversations late in the year in which maybe they are going to be moving on for them? How bad does it have to get?
I don't think they will have those conversations, because if you look back at the struggles, that's what we're looking at Jalen Hurts through the context of what we saw from this offense last year. They were stale. They did nothing pre-snap to stress the defense. They were 29th in pre-snap motion. They never went under center. Not saying you have to live in that, but that helps out the run game. That helps out play action. They attacked almost exclusively the perimeter. They were not a middle-of-the-field type passing attack. This offense is going to allow Hurts to actually stress the defense. To not just line up and go, well, I hope AJ wins or Devontae wins.
Let's go back to a little history, right? Like, me and Jay Raj was at SEC Network. This dude got benched in the national championship. All right, came back the next year, supported his teammate, went to Oklahoma, got better under Lincoln Riley, was a Heisman candidate, took his team deep in the playoffs, came into Philly And everybody, when he got drafted, was like, what the hell is Philly drafting Jalen Hurts for, coming off the Carson Wentz thing? Obviously, we know what went down with Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts comes into Philly with no expectation at all. I don't care what anybody says. They didn't see this coming from 100,000 miles away. Of his productivity, the way he's been playing there in Philly. Howie has done a phenomenal job surrounding him with pieces. The defense has been good. But I don't care. Just like I said about C.J. Stroud, it's going to come back to the quarterback. What I know about Jalen Hurts is this. He's been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, and is a Super Bowl MVP in the span of 5 years. And we've had conversations all summer about, well, Philly probably about to get rid of the quarterback. What?
You feel that this is all unfair?
I think every part of it is unfair. He's had 6 offensive coordinators and been to 2 Super Bowls and won the Super Bowl MVP. With 6 of them.
There are guys in the league that are head coaches now, in part because of Jalen Hurts. There's no question. Look, there's no question about this young man being made of the right stuff.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've seen him go through adversity and come out there. I don't think this is adversity, but he's clearly been given an assignment here.
Yep.
Everybody knows what they want him to do better. I believe he can do it.
Yeah.
If he does, then this conversation looks silly in a year.
There's another big component here, which is their offensive line. Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson, Lane Johnson all missed a lot of time last year. And Sal Paolantonio made this point a couple days ago. When Lane Johnson plays, they win at a 66% rate. When he doesn't, they're under 500. So obviously it is about the quarterback, but those 3 offensive linemen are hugely consequential to how good they're going to be this year if they can play 17 games.
We've had a lot of camp scuffles. Do we need to make sure that
There's not going to be any.
It's all love.
You're not going to be the one breaking it up.
0% chance.
I'm not mad at Grouse. I'm just mad at the narrative, man. I'm mad at the narrative because in the NFL, we look for guys that do this. We look for guys that can go to 2 Super Bowls and win you one.
And we're criticizing him more than we are Justin Herbert for never winning a playoff game.
Is it a little bit of it fair when you go back and look at that wild card game against the Niners and you realize that game was there for the taking and that offense couldn't move the ball at all before a final drive led by Hurts ended in a turnover which could have won the game?
We're going to find out, right? If the reason they weren't throwing over the middle of the field is because he doesn't want to or he doesn't think he can, then that's going to be a problem.
That's a problem.
If it's because they weren't asking him to do it and he can, then it's going to look great.
And again, the definition of a quarterback is elevate those around you. Can he elevate Dontavius Wicks and those other receivers?
What you two just said is that's the fair part of the conversation.
Yes.
The overall arching, he ain't good enough, and we don't know. That is awful. Now, to your point, Graz, what you just said matters. If he can't get better, that's the job of NFL football players, especially at quarterback. Get better at what you don't do well over time so we can advance that part of your game. If he unwilling to do that, that's absolutely warranted for them to be thinking about somebody else. But this conversation about can we win with him and is he good enough?
But you know you can win with him.
Okay, come here.
All right.
I want you to take a look. I got something special for you. I think this is going to make you feel a little bit better. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, Cowboys offensive coordinator Clayton Adams had an interesting request for the team's snack room.
Okay.
Take a listen.
All right.
How can you really have a break room or a snack room if you don't have a hot dog fridge, you know? And if you're going to have a hot dog fridge, you've got to have high-quality hot dogs in it. And if you're going to have high-quality hot dogs in it, we got brioche buns and maybe some pretzel buns. So these are all things that we're working on. Maybe an industrial-sized 7-Eleven hot dog roller. I don't know. One of the things I learned from going to Disneyland with my kids, because I was trying to steam the bun, I was trying to toast the bun, and the guy at Disneyland goes, no, man. Put it in the bun and wrap it in foil and let the hot dog steam the bun. It's been revolutionary.
Wow. How are we feeling now? Are we feeling a little bit better?
No, I hate hot dogs.
What?
Number one, I don't eat processed
There's no
meat.
pleasing you today.
No, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get swell.
Okay.
And
then in the big upset,
I don't like. I thought
the
the
quarterbacks.
snack. I thought the snack was gonna be like some real snack food.
I'm good.
Yeah.
What kind of snack food?
Bro, I'm with you. Hey, no, I'm good. I'm good.
What's real snack food?
Real snack food, man. A lot of things outside of a hot dog, like the kids say, a glizzy.
I just think it says a lot. A year ago, the big controversy in Cowboys camp was Micah Parsons isn't practicing. Are they going to have to trade him? And now it's like, we need better hot dogs.
Yeah, the brioche bun. You know, like we need the brioche bun.
I think there's a lot of truth to that. It's been quieter than usual in Big D, which is a good sign.
And by the way, if I know Jerry Jones, this is going to result in hot dog upgrades at the Cowboys.
or sponsorship.
Yeah.
Are you a big hot dog guy?
I am now.
You are now. I haven't had any.
When I was young, I ate hot dogs. I don't eat them anymore.
Thank you for that. That was a good little bite of mustard.
You want a few?
Coming up,
keeping this.
the portal chaos continues.